everybody, and welcome to your October 2016 episode of Out of the Vault. If you want to take a look at all of the other Disney canon classics that I have reviewed, there is a playlist provided in the box below. So I couldn't really find anything that was Halloween themed, but I felt that this was probably the closest that I could get to something interesting and different. It is the 41st classic from 2001. This is a movie that I actually saw in theaters during my college days, and I had no issue with still going to see Disney classics in the theaters at that age, and I remember really enjoying it. But after seeing it in theaters, I didn't see it until today. And that, of course, is Atlantis, the Lost Empire, the story of Milo Thatch, a museum nerd who is really not looked at seriously because he is so hell-bent on discovering the lost city of Atlantis, a project and expedition that had been started by his grandfather, and he knew that there was truly something down there in the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. And all of a sudden, he is found by a group of explorers who were people who knew about his grandfather's work and even helped him on a couple of past expeditions, and they want to side with Milo and help him discover this lost civilization. And the question is, will they find it? And if they find it, what exactly is going to happen? So this is probably one of the most unique, standout movies in the Disney canon library. This was also done at a point in time where Disney was really thinking outside the box and trying to bring us very different Disney classics, most of them with real epicness, grandeur, and sci-fi twist to them. And Atlantis, the Lost Empire has a lot of that with a little bit more of a steampunk element, and I gotta tell you, it has been a while since I've seen this movie. I am still happy to say that I really think that this is one of the most overlooked Disney classics in the library. This movie is fast-paced, this movie is exciting, it's tons of fun, it's funny, it's got great characters. I mean, when you find out that the main hero, Milo, is voiced by the great Michael J. Fox, how could you not be excited to see this movie? And Michael J. Fox knows how to play the underdog so well. Back to the Future, anybody? And he does not disappoint. You also have another great group of actors alongside him, including James Garner, Jim Varney, also one of my favorite character actors, thanks to Bruce Timm, Corey Burton, Cree Summer, and of course the great Leonard Nimoy, just to name a few. I really have fun with this film. It's got such an amazing color palette. It is so awesome to see all the technology that is roped into the fantasy, and when you get to the lost city of Atlantis, it is just mind-boggling. I don't know how some of these concepts were created on paper before they went to animation, but some of these creations that are put into this film are just absolutely beautiful, and the animation itself is so unique. I also think that it is one of the best combinations of CGI animation and cell animation. It really was executed perfectly. Another one of the best parts about this film is the score from James Newton Howard. I mean, I don't really talk much about scores in Disney films because this movie doesn't have any songs. It's not that kind of a movie. The score just puts you into the story. It's beautiful, it's mysterious, it's whimsical, it's epic. It's one of James Newton Howard's greatest scores. I really feel that this is such an overlooked classic. It is so well done. It's not perfect. It's got a couple of faults. It starts off a little fast-paced, a little too fast-paced for my taste, and then when they finally reach the next chapter of the story starts to slow down, and at some points it feels a little too slow. Now, it doesn't necessarily take away from the entire film. It is still a great movie overall, but when it goes from ultra fast to ultra slow, it's sort of like having a monster sugar rush and then just getting into the sugar blues, and you just need to get yourself some more sugar in order to keep yourself going. I hate to use such simple metaphors for this, but that's basically the only fault that I have for this movie. I don't know why it even took me this much time to finally see this movie again, because it still does hold up. It's a movie that I would love to see numerous times, and now that I finally saw it again after so many years, I actually want to own this movie, and I really think that it's going to be a great addition to my collection. Definitely see Atlantis: The Lost Empire if you haven't yet. I'm going to be giving this movie 3.5 out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please put your comments in the box below, and let's talk about Atlantis: The Lost Empire. And I'm looking forward to November when I review another Disney canon classic, and actions speak louder than words.